What's going on, everyone? Video editor James here, sat in Walt's kitchen, getting the round 2 of Dockside Debacle 3 to you. I know it's been delayed, I apologize, but we've been very, very busy. But yeah, this is round 2 of the Dockside Debacle 3 tournament that was streamed on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/getcommanded. If you want to watch future streams with us live, you can go there. If you have no idea who we are and you've just found us via gameplay content on YouTube, we Get Commanded. We release a weekly podcast every Friday morning full of everything you need to know about Commander, whereas deck building, politics, the social murky waters of being a casual format, everything in that realm of Commander we talk about. cEDH specifically is getting really, really big in Australia, and we were very, very lucky to host and commentate on this competition. I'd usually put a timestamp right here for you guys to go straight to the gameplay, but it starts straight away, so enjoy.
Hello.
Told you we'd be right back, and boy, did we find a pod just for you.
So this is the winner's pod, I suspect, because we have in the top left here our good friend Carbs, aka Johnny, who is on Rograk/Silas.
I'm not sure if you've noticed the playmat that is being currently played on turn 1 right here. Johnny is a winner and finalist of the Rad Nauseam tournament, which is another Australian cEDH tournament, which is hosted by our Melbourne crew. So this is a Melbourne-specific tournament for those living in Melbourne. You can join Rad Nauseam cEDH Discord server. They usually play at plenty of games in Melbourne.
Yep.
But Johnny won that tournament with a very different list than this one.
We've got a Jeweled Lotus here for the Rowan player in the top right. So this is the deck we were just now speaking about that did win in round 1. Looks like we're going to see a turn 1 Rowan. So we will bring up Rowan here. We have a Salami in the chat. Rowan, Scion of War. So this is the one we were just talking about. Makes your spells cheaper for the amount of life you've lost this turn.
Which that City of Brass is going to help that.
It will
just
indeed.
1 life ping. Another Jeweled Lotus on turn 1. It looks like we're going to get a turn 1
This one will probably be an Ishai, I would say, yeah. So we have Ishai and Jeskai here. Yep, commonly referred to
as the Moiderboid.
The Moiderboid.
The Moiderboid. The murder
It'll murder you.
It'll murder you. It'll come at you and peck you with its beak and claws and talons and stuff.
And of course, in the bottom left here, we have, with multiple camera angles, might I add, very cool. We have Mini Potatoes on Magda. So this is the another one of the lists that won in the first round. We were just talking about all of the cool win cons that this one has on offer. So an absolutely stacked lineup here. Not sure how the D Stone player went in the first round. I don't think it was a winning deck.
I can have a look at results.
Sure.
I've got the magical iPad here that we can get some information on everyone here.
Cool.
D-Stone got a win. Also, this is a full winners pod.
Wow.
So we're looking at a full.
Did Johnny win?
Pod.
I know we had a RogSi deck won, but
Johnny won.
Johnny did win.
Johnny
okay,
did win.
Great.
So this
is a full winners pod.
This is going to be spicy, guys. This is for 5 more points, which might secure them in that place for the top 16, top 4 bracket.
Mobile Garrison being played here by the Magda deck.
Vehicles.
Whenever it attacks, untap another target artifact or creature you control. Okay, I can see the appeal of this. Obviously, the vehicles, as we said, the main reason they are in the Magda deck is just a way to get dwarves tapped without going to combat.
But that's got some good utility.
Some utility. I can see there being a world where you might want to untap a mana rock there, or even untap Magda potentially to tap her again in some fashion. I see the appeal. Mobile Garrison from Aether Revolt, it looks like.
Vamp shooter here from
Johnny.
Carbs going on.
Scary with a Rograk there. It could be, one of the Culling the Week or something of that fashion. Maybe even, what's the tutor that sacrifices a creature?
Diabolic Intent.
I suppose you've already Vampiric tutored. You don't really want a Vampiric tutor for a Diabolic Intent.
For Diabolic Intent, I don't think you know what you're doing. But this
sort out your priorities.
For your knowledge, Walt, as someone that's not playing as much cEDH as I am, unfortunately. RogSi is a deck that you will be seeing a lot in the current meta.
This is an ad NAUS list, isn't it?
It is. This is about as turbo-y can get. The RogSi list is kind of paramount to ubiquity in the format, in my opinion, as like a blue farm deck would be. So you'd see it a lot throughout tournaments. I think there might even be 2 RogSi decks within this tournament alone. But RogSi is one of the fastest decks in the format. It wants to be trying to win turn 3. And
Gotcha.
Johnny's recent. I'm very lucky. I get to play with great players exactly like Johnny, being Johnny himself. Played a lot of CEDH with Johnny recently while he's been practicing with this list and getting ready for this tournament. And
we have a cards in hand being asked here, so this might be a Jeskai Will or possibly a wheel.
Maybe. Johnny did mulligan down to 5, I saw, in this opening hand.
And he's emptied a fair bit of it now between the rocks and the Vamp Tutor. 3 cards, I think, in his hand right now.
Does he want to wheel?
Wheel of Misfortune. Okay, so we'll pull this one up on the screen. But basically, this is Wheel of Fortune with more steps.
By more steps. A few more steps.
Oh, Deadly Relic with that on the stack. Targeting...
I'm assuming the Ishai here.
Probably. It could be the Rowan. Okay, Rowan plays is okay. Straight away. Probably targeting Ishai here.
I think it's Ishai.
Okay,
yep.
Happy with that.
Down goes Ishai.
Says D-Stone. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune on the stack now.
I think D-Stone there was very put back by that Deadly Relic. I don't think the relevance of that was huge.
Well, trading with a Jeweled Lotus effectively there feels pretty good.
That was a 2-for-1 effectively. So the way Wheel of Misfortune is going to play out here is I'm assuming everyone's going to be using Infini tokens or something of the like to write down a
number.
A secret number.
Yes.
Mini Potato's having to run to the other side of his room, I imagine, to get
we'll try and give the shortest rundown of how this resolves. But basically, everyone's choosing a number, and people who really want to wheel are going to choose a high number. Because everyone who chose the lowest number won't wheel at all. So people really like their hand, they can choose 0. So we've seen 0 chosen by the Rowan player, so they're happy with their 6.
So all 3 of Rowan's opponents here. So Hungersaw won't wheel and won't take any damage. But because D-Stone, Mini Potatoes, and Carbs all chose 5...
they will all take 5 and wheel. Makes sense.
That's the first time I think I've ever seen 3 players choose
choose the same number. So basically the gambling that kind of happens there is usually that if you don't choose the highest number, but also not the lowest, you get the best of both worlds. You don't take any damage and you wheel. So that's why people tend to game it a little bit with what they choose.
I do want to highlight some incredible cards that D-Stone just put in the bin here. There was a
Hullbreaker Horror there.
Displacer Kitten is also in the bin.
Ooh, okay.
There was a Ristic Study there and a Cloudstone Curio. That was stacked hand. Rogue Cat, the amount of text on this card, I think the person that wrote it probably had to go to the templating people at Card Design and say, how small can we make the font on a Magic the Gathering card?
I need to cut some words here. How many more can I cut down?
So we got a Phyrexian Tower, another great use of the fact that Rograk is a 0-mana commander.
Yes.
Effectively 2 black available to Carbs.
A ritual spell on a land there. I think the thing to really highlight here about a wheel from a turbo player is that the player who has the least cards in hand benefits the most from the wheel, because effectively they're trading far fewer of the cards that they have in their hand that they likely mulliganed for some random ones off the top. Everyone's getting the same number off the top, but the turbo player can usually make better use of the cards they get, and they're less likely to be pitching the cards they need from the wheel as well. So Johnny in a great
CEDH
spot.
Without me, you're learning a lot of CEDH. I thought this whole stream was meant to be like, I'll show you the world of CEDH, and you're like, you know everything already, man.
No, I know a little bit from watching a lot of CEDH content. I haven't played very many games,
including Play to Win, who we're shouting out currently on screen with the playmat by Hungersaw.
Oh, I did not clock that. Yep. Play to Win, fantastic way to play and watch CEDH.
Springleaf Drum, also a great use of Rograk. Extra mana, sacrificing Rograk.
Okay, this could be an NAUS. It's not inconceivable.
Mox Opal is online now. We got 1 floating from a Mana Crypt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 mana. We could just go hard into NAUS. And if Johnny slams NAUS this early, we've got another windfall. Okay. A double wheel turn from Johnny.
So everyone now pitching their hand and drawing equal to the greatest number of cards discarded this way. So
which will be 7.
It will be 7. because we do know that the D-Stone and Mini Potatoes are both on 7 right now.
Take note of...
Oh, Magus of the Moon seeing the bin. And a Graph Digger's Cage. Those were... You'd be feeling really good about seeing that if you're Carbs here, I think. Both of those locking you out pretty hard. Oh, Esper Sentinel seeing the bin of D-Stones.
A lot of amazing cards being drawn, but to be fair, we're playing the most powerful way to play Commander. It's unlikely we're going to see shit cards.
No, there's not very many of them, though. We did obviously see someone play a Mobile Garrison before, so there are exceptions. There are exceptions, and I can see we have another person entering the giveaway. Thanks, Godly Devil. Don't forget to hit follow if you haven't already to be eligible to receive the prizes in the giveaway.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow, Jed, as well. Appreciate that.
Johnny's just resolved a Mystic Remora after that windfall, so probably just didn't have the cards in hand to win on that turn. But that's the kind of thing that you want to see a turbo list doing, especially in Grixis. You just want to be slamming wins and wheels and mana producers as much as you can. And when you can't win, stick a card draw engine on field. Draw as many cards as you possibly can.
Pad, that's a really good question. We're absolutely happy to ship these cards overseas. Within reason. Europe and America are safe, and we're definitely happy to do that. It might take a little while to get to you, but we're absolutely happy to send you these packs.
And thanks for joining us, Pad. What time is it? I know you're based over in the Europe, UK region.
I suspect we're looking at late-ish night at this point, but I could be mistaken. Thanks for the follow, Glitch Kit, as well. And thanks for some more entries into the giveaway. This is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll just go and show you the stack of cards that we've got to give away. Look at the thick stack, Walt. Look at this. This is another absolutely stacked pack. 2 collector boosters of Forgotten Realms.
Ooh, we have a Rowan... Bit of a Rowan going off here. I may just interrupt you there. Sorry, James.
No,
I think we need to fade in this conversation and see what's being discussed.
Going to use that red mana that's floating to cast a Berg, God of the Storm. Storytelling, sorry.
So this is what I was talking about before.
Better bring that one up on screen for those who don't know. Pretty simple. Just has red
good.
when you cast spells.
I will pitch a Simeon Spirit Guide for a red.
So this is what I was talking about before here. These
to
reducing
cast
by 4.
a Jeska's Will, targeting, I guess, Mini Potato, because he's got 7. And that will net me a red on cast. You can draw. Yep.
Yep, that's cool.
So, just so everyone's aware, for the rest of the turn,
it's 7 more red, so I'll go to 9 total.
So, basically,
and the top 3 cards are a Big Score, a Vamp Tutor,
is just going to generate
and a
tons
Return
of mana.
the Past.
So that Return the Past will be 2 mana to cast.
Alright.
And that will give everything in Hungersaur's graveyard
going
flashback.
to spend 2 of my red to cast
flashback is a huge one,
Defense Grid, which will net me a red.
We have a Pirate's Pillage too.
Defense Grid's
You
a good
can
one
draw.
to pull up here.
Sure.
This is going to protect Hungersaur's win cons on his
Defense
turn.
Grid is good. I will spend 2 red to cast Return the Past from Exile, which will net me a red.
Fish trigger.
So now
this
it's
one
harder
reads
for
as
other
long
players
as
to
you can draw.
interact with
As long
Hungersaur.
as it's my turn, each instant sorcery in my graveyard has flashback.
This looks like an attempt at the win, I
Yeah.
suspect, with the defense grid being resolved.
We've got a great point in chat here that
Alright, so that's
Searing
good.
Torch
I
will go in front of the
will-
bogey, generating enough mana to keep buying it back.
Okay. This might just be it. It's interesting.
Let's
This is
cast
the
a
risk
Pirate's
with wheeling.
Pillage for a
Always,
red
you just don't know what
from
you're going to
my
give
graveyard,
your
netting me a red.
opponents access to.
Additional cost to cast the spell is to discard a card, so I'll discard a Barbarian Ring. You can draw for the fish.
Yep.
So
Yep,
the amount
you
of
go ahead, yep.
cards he's giving
Two
the turbo
treasures.
player leads me to believe he is going for it this
So we'll go to
turn.
exile.
But the defense
Draw two
grid makes
cards.
it
1, 2.
near impossible for Johnny to interact
Yeah,
here.
so he's not worried about the cards at this point because he's thinking this is the only turn, and I know he's not going to interact because he would have to pay so much mana that he doesn't have.
All right, I'm going to crack a treasure for a black. Cast a Vamp Tutor.
I love Storm.
Not paying for fish. Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead.
great.
It's going to net me a red.
I love
Vamp
Pud.
Tutor good.
I love
I love
Yeah.
Pud.
I love Pud.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
Go get a
Oh, you
card
didn't
and
tell
put
me
it
there
on
was
top.
Bergie on board, did you, you cheeky little bugger?
little bit of Berkey, a little bit of Rowan.
But just
You
don't
guys
have
wanna
too much
draw
of
now?
either, you know. Oh, who am I kidding, Broden Kelly? You have
Be
as
like
much
that.
Bergie as you want. Please tell me people in
Yeah,
chat
my
know
Ishai
what
is
the
so
hell
big right
Walt and I
now.
are talking
Look,
about.
it's an Australian CEDH Discord.
Yeah, I feel like this
server
game is just
that's
gonna
hosting
grind
this,
out forever. May as well just finish it. I'll take the point.
We've got some players in chat in the game
Is Rowan
suggesting
non-deterministic?
1,
2, 3.
go for a draw instead.
No,
It
it's not
depends on the
determined yet.
build.
2 on top. 2 on top.
Cheers for the follow.
So he's
Blood
just gonna
floated.
storm
Yeah,
probably
appreciate
until
that.
he draws in like dual caster or something.
That makes sense.
There's
Yeah,
a
there's
ton of
like
ways
there's a
to
few
win.
different builds to it. Some people like tendrils, some people do dual cast, and some people do like Dragonstorm.
Yeah.
Tendrils, I suspect that would be Tendrils of Corruption.
We
That's a
haven't
pretty
seen any
funny win
dragons
con.
yet, though.
It's kind of wild.
Trains your opponents equal to the number of swamps you control, but I guess if you have
Dragons
Flash
Dragons
ability
are
to
good.
cast it
Also
an
has
infinite number of
the ability to
times,
cast
then
it,
that would
correct?
do it.
The fact that Rowan can run
Yeah.
cards
Yeah,
like
so
Dark Petition,
Pirate's Pillage has gone to exile. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
amazing. It's a 5
This
mana
one's on a
tutor,
hoarding
No.
brood
but
lord
if you
line.
reduce it by 3, it's 2
Mm.
mana.
And it might
So I'm
Skull Mastery
gonna
add triple black. Very
crack
Great in
this
Storm decks.
treasure for a black.
cool. Oh, Tendrils of Agony, that makes more sense.
And
for
I'm going
Boros.
to
Uh,
use the black to cast this Ambitions cost from my graveyard, which will let me draw 3 cards and lose 3 life.
Fish trigger.
Not paying. Now you can draw. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, with the defense grid down here, Hungersaur, I don't think you need
1,
to be
2,
worried
3.
about.
And
Johnny
lose 3
drawing
life. 1,
cards.
2, 3.
If anything, if you go hard enough, you might be able to mill him out.
Mm.
Oh, that will net me a red
Cast
as well when
80
I
spells
cast
in a
that.
turn.
9.
It's hard
Let's,
to see.
Cards in hand, cards.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
I now
3,
have 7 in
6,
hand.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12
Yeah.
for me right now.
Yeah,
Cannot
guess
pass the turnaround to cards.
you're
I think,
feeding
or
the
he will
Jeskai as well,
just
but
have
there's
it.
not much we can do.
Yeah, Godly Devil, good point. Carb's not looking at cards in hand because what do they do with defense grid down?
Can't interact. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true.
So Mystic
That's true.
Remora is a
Alright, I gotta
maze,
spend
so
a
Johnny
black.
could choose to stop drawing cards here.
And cast Vamp Tutor from my graveyard. This time
Yeah.
I'll pay for the. So it's going to cost me 4, so I'll go down to 5, and then 1 back up to 6.
I don't think you need to, but
Pay
I
for
think
the
that's
pay
fair.
for the fish this time.
Defending
for another
your
tutor.
win con as much as you possibly can. The big thing here for me is the defense grid. Casting the defense grid early.
Not that you
It's
can
very,
really
very
do much, I
important.
suppose. With
It's
defense
basically
grid
a
out.
Grand Abolisher on this board, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, no one has any mana available to them.
I
No.
guess it's channel cards.
At this point, you'd have to be looking at
Doesn't have any mana.
exiling a Spirit
Yes, that
Guide
does. That
into a
does get
ritual,
annoying.
into a free spell. I don't think that someone has that specific line.
You can't
but
even
Unless
use
one of us
a spirit
has been
to
sandy
cast
bagging
something 'cause it's
really
only one
hard.
mana. It's pretty. This is pretty
2,
brutal.
1, 3.
1, 2, 3. 2,
Ooh,
1,
Spider
3. So
in
2,
the chat
and
saying
then
their game
1,
2 is
and
over.
3 on the bottom. Oh,
I think Spider's referring to this game potentially.
Ah.
and then that goes on top.
Okay.
This one, oh,
Alright.
temporary Thoracle for you, Spider. That's rough. I think we're
Spend
about to
a-
see this
Spend a
game
red,
get over really
going
quickly
to 5,
too.
but back up to 6. Cast a big score. So I'm going to draw 2 cards and make 2 more treasures, discarding that.
Fish
Oh,
trigger.
I guess I'll pay. Yeah, I'll pay. Why not?
Yep.
Down to 2.
got the mana.
And draw 2. 1, 2.
I suspect the win is
Make
just
2 treasures.
here at this point with the amount of mana and the Vamp Tutor now drawing that card off the top.
I think the key with
9.
Rowan decks is to get it.
All right,
for
now
full
I'll
reduced.
attempt to present a loop of casting Searing Touch
Searing
and netting a red each time for buyback and kill you all.
Okay.
Buy back a 4.
I've got nothing
Just deals
but-
1, but has buyback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
GG.
Be like that.
Wow.
Game
GG.
2
GG.
is over.
I guess it
Let's
was
jump
more
in the
interesting
Discord
than a
and we can
RogSi tournament.
talk to them a
Yeah,
little bit
let's
here.
have a quick
GGs to
chat
everyone.
with them.
I was 1 mana off.
That was insane.
Hey, folks. Good game.
That lets me go eat something.
Yeah, you guys have got a good little bit of time left in your round now. Hungersaw, holy heck. 2 wins under your belt with this Rowan Sign of War deck. This deck storms out so quickly.
It's pretty fast, but I feel like I do have to play a lot of bad cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of, if Rowan dies, then I'm
Yep.
up shit creek pretty much.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
we were debating whether or not the Deadly Relic was targeting Ishai or not. But it was a fair target, Carbs. But yeah, just getting Rowan to reduce your spells by 4 and getting that return to the past down, you ended up having enough mana for a defense grid, which basically meant no one can interact because no one had mana. It was basically just a time from there of like what you needed to find, and Vamp Tutor being in your hand was just the way to do it. So
Yeah.
well done, Hungersaurus. Second win. I was just looking through your deck list. It looks amazing. Cards like Dark Petition are really cool includes in Rowan lists that basically 2 mana unconditional tutor that could Dark Ritual you as well. That's kind of insane.
Seems good.
Holding
Yeah, it does
Broodlord.
work,
wild.
yeah.
Yeah.
Inspiring Tinkering is probably my favourite one in the deck, because it just gives you that good return on the treasures as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic. And
Yep.
you are also running Name Sticker Goblin as well. So have you got a sticker deck that I can see on the side there too?
Oh yeah, these are the 3 stickers that we got. So yeah, it could have been
okay.
4. It's just probably objectively better than the old Priest of Urabrask, which I used to run.
Right.
Because
okay.
you can, the worst case scenario, you're going to get 3 with the stickers, but you could get as many as 6. So
Yep.
this helps to go a
Absolutely
bit
crazy.
deeper. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
No,
nuts.
Makes sense.
I would also just like to mention as well, D-Stone, you were setting up really well in the early game with a turn 1 Murder Bird. But that Deadly Relic, I imagine that felt like game over when that resolved. Were you feeling a similar thing when that hit your Ishai?
Yes and no. I was really needing to just like top deck mana. Like I had the Ristic Study in hand, Hullbreaker Horror and Place Kitten both feed into win conditions.
Yep.
I was feeling pretty good after the second wheel because I had the Mystical Tutor for the Icecron Scepter to set all that up. But
Oh, you won
obviously-
ISO Rev.
Yeah.
Sick.
That was in my hand at the end. So, like, if Hungersaw had fizzled, I think I would have been able to pull through there. But alas, it is what it is.
Yep. That's
yeah.
turn order, right?
When
That's
you're-
CDH.
When you're sat looking across the table at a Rowan Sign of War deck that's like, all right, you can't interact with me. I've got 1 million mana. I'm generating mana every time I breathe. If I blink, I'll draw 2 cards and make a treasure token. It's pretty hard to do anything when that's happening. But you had it in a couple of turns. If it just was a slightly slower game, we might have seen something different. But yeah, thanks for putting on a good display of what a turbo matchup looks like, everyone. That was really fun to watch.
Thanks, man. I really didn't want that wheel to resolve, but in the end, it actually helped me out quite a lot.
It's the danger of the wheel,
The
right?
the second wheel, it got me the boogie and the
Play
disc as well.
dangerously, everybody.
Yeah, we love to see it, Johnny, and great to see you make it through. And hope to see you in some future rounds. Thanks, everyone. We'll let you go and have a quick snack and fill up your water bottle and whatever, and hopefully see you a bit later on.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
game, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Good game.
Thanks, guys.
Man, that was an
Great.
intense round.
Yeah.
That was wild. I
Far
think that
out.
some quick games happening in round 2. I'm just going to bring up our tournament run here. We've got a couple of people reporting in so far. We've
But
got
not a lot at this point.
Well, that's the game. Black-Red gets there. It's part of the best 3 colors of Magic the Gathering. And Storm as a win in cEDH. Never thought I would see that happen, but if you're going to do it, Rowan seems to be the way to play Storm in cEDH. Look, definitely stay tuned for rounds 3 and 4 and for the grand final where we will crown our victor for Dockside Debacle 3. Do all the things that'll appease the algorithm, like, subscribe, go to twitch.tv/getcommanded and give us a follow there. We're this close to becoming Twitch affiliates, so if you give us a follow, it'll help us get over that line, and we're going to be streaming a lot more, including playing ourselves. Check out all the other videos of us playing ourselves instead of just telling other people they're playing things wrong or right. But thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Video editor James out. Bye.